Chosen one, God is delaying you because what's coming needs maturity. My beloved child, the delay you're feeling is not denial, and it's not punishment. It is precision. Right now, life may seem slower than you expected, quieter than you planned, heavier than you prepared for. But this pause exists for a reason most people never understand. What's coming into your life is not something you can rush into with excitement alone. It requires stability, restraint, and depth. Don't skip this moment. Stay till the end, because this truth changes everything. Some blessings demand maturity more than desire. You are being held back not because you're unworthy, but because you're being trusted with something that could overwhelm an unprepared heart. Something huge is waiting for you, and it must meet you at the right version of yourself. Here's the part that shocks most people, and it's why many misunderstand this season. If what you're asking for arrived earlier, it would break your balance instead of building your future. Timing protects what matters. Right now, you are learning how to respond instead of react, how to wait without resentment, how to stay grounded when outcomes are uncertain. This is maturity being formed quietly. While others chase speed, you are being taught discernment. While others demand instant results, you are learning endurance. Don't skip, because this realization separates frustration from clarity. The delay is teaching you how to carry responsibility without pressure and opportunity without losing yourself. This phase is not about what you're getting, it's about who you're becoming so that when it arrives, it stays. Listen closely now, because this is where the delay reveals its purpose. You're developing the ability to choose wisely, to pause before moving, to value substance over appearance. That's not accidental. That's preparation. When the moment finally opens, you won't rush into it blindly. You'll step into it calmly, confidently, and fully present. Stay till the end of this journey, because the maturity forming in you right now is what will allow what's coming to last. Something huge is waiting for you, and when it meets you, it won't feel heavy or chaotic, it will feel right. There is a hidden reason this phase feels uncomfortable, and it's not what you think. The delay isn't about slowing your life down, it's about strengthening your foundation. Right now, you are being trained to handle weight without panic and progress without ego. Most people collapse when responsibility arrives too early, but you are being shaped differently. Don't skip this, because this is where the meaning deepens. Stay till the end, because what you're about to understand explains why your path looks harder but leads further. Something huge is waiting for you, and it requires emotional control, clarity, and patience, not excitement alone. The pause is teaching you how to stay steady when things finally start moving fast. Here's a surprising truth that very few people are ready to hear: speed attracts attention, but maturity sustains outcomes. That's why you were slowed down. You're learning how to sit with uncertainty without making rushed decisions, how to listen instead of forcing answers, how to remain calm when pressure builds. This is not accidental training. This is intentional refinement. If this message is keeping you here, share it with someone who feels frustrated by waiting. They may need this perspective more than they realize. And staying connected to messages like this helps you remain aligned during seasons that test your patience. The delay is filtering your reactions. It's teaching you when to move and when to hold back. That discernment will protect what's coming. Now focus here, because this matters more than anything else. When the moment finally arrives, you won't feel desperate to grab it, you'll feel ready to handle it. That's how you'll know the delay did its job. Stay till the end of this journey, because what's unfolding next won't reward impatience, it will reward maturity. Something huge is waiting for you, and it needs the version of you that knows how to remain grounded, thoughtful, and composed. The wait is not wasted time. It's the reason what's coming will last. There will be a moment when you realize the delay changed how you think, not just how you move. You no longer react the way you used to. You pause. You observe. That's not hesitation, it's growth. Don't skip this understanding. Stay till the end, because this shift is the clearest sign that maturity has taken root. Something huge is waiting for you, and it requires awareness more than urgency. The delay was shaping your judgment so that when choices appear, you recognize the right one without confusion or pressure. Here's what most people never see while they're waiting: the delay is teaching you to separate desire from readiness. You're learning that wanting something doesn't mean you're prepared to sustain it. That realization alone protects your future. You're becoming comfortable with patience, not because you like waiting, but because you understand its purpose now. This is where stability forms. This is where impulsive patterns end. Stay with this message, because this awareness is rare, and it's the reason your next steps won't feel chaotic or forced. When movement finally begins, it won't overwhelm you. It will feel controlled, intentional, and steady. That's maturity in action. Stay till the end of this season, because what arrives next will demand calm leadership, not rushed excitement. Something huge is waiting for you, and the delay ensured that when it arrives, you won't just receive it, you'll be able to handle it. At this stage, the delay begins to feel different, not heavier, but clearer. You're no longer fighting the pause, you're learning from it. That's a sign most people miss. Don't skip this moment. Stay till the end, because this is where maturity quietly takes control. You're realizing that not everything needs an immediate response, not every opportunity deserves a yes, and not every emotion needs to be acted on. This calm didn't come from comfort. It came from discipline built during waiting. Something huge is waiting for you, and it needs someone who can think clearly when pressure rises, not someone who rushes just to escape discomfort. Here's what's powerful about this phase. You're becoming selective. You're choosing wisely instead of quickly. That's the difference between temporary progress and lasting impact. If this message is helping you understand your season, share it with someone who's struggling with patience right now. They may need this clarity. And staying connected to messages like this keeps your perspective steady when doubt tries to creep back in. This delay is sharpening your values. It's teaching you what actually matters so that when choices multiply, you don't lose yourself trying to keep up. When the next door opens, you won't feel the need to announce it or rush through it. You'll step forward with intention. That's maturity completing its work. Stay till the end of this journey, because the delay wasn't meant to hold you back, it was meant to prepare you to move forward without regret. Something huge is waiting for you, and now you're learning how to carry it with clarity, balance, and confidence. What you're experiencing now is the quiet confidence that comes after inner resistance fades. You're no longer arguing with the delay, you're understanding it. That shift is powerful. Don't skip this, because this is where maturity becomes visible in your thinking. You're beginning to sense that timing isn't working against you, it's working on you. Something huge is waiting for you, and it requires someone who can remain composed when outcomes are uncertain. This phase is teaching you how to hold vision without forcing results, how to trust direction without needing constant confirmation. Here's the revelation most people never reach: the delay didn't slow your destiny, it synchronized it. You are being aligned with people, responsibilities, and moments that only match the version of you you're becoming now. Earlier versions wouldn't have recognized the opportunity, or they would have mishandled it. That's why patience had to grow first. You're learning to protect what matters, to choose quality over speed, to move with intention instead of impulse. Stay till the end of this season, because this alignment is rare, and it's the reason your next step will feel solid instead of stressful. When things begin to unfold, you'll notice how naturally you respond. No panic. No rush. Just clarity. That's maturity doing its work. You'll realize the delay gave you something far more valuable than early access: it gave you stability. And stability is what allows growth to last. Something huge is waiting for you, and now you're becoming the kind of person who can receive it without losing balance, direction, or yourself. Now notice this carefully, because this is subtle but powerful. The delay has softened your urgency without killing your ambition. You still want more, but you no longer want it at any cost. That change didn't come from giving up, it came from growing up. Don't skip this realization. Stay till the end, because this is where maturity becomes unmistakable. You are learning how to hold desire without letting it control you. Something huge is waiting for you, and it needs someone who can stay balanced when opportunity finally knocks, not someone who panics and rushes in blindly. Here's what's quietly happening beneath the surface: your decision-making is changing. You're no longer impressed by quick results or empty promises. You're weighing consequences. You're thinking long-term. You're asking better questions. That's not hesitation, that's wisdom forming. The delay taught you how to slow your reactions so your choices could become stronger. This is why your path feels different from others. You're being prepared to sustain progress, not just reach it. The pause trained you to protect your energy, your focus, and your direction so nothing important gets wasted when movement begins. And when that movement starts, you'll feel the difference immediately. It won't feel rushed or overwhelming. It will feel steady. Controlled. Right. That's how you'll know the delay served its purpose. Stay till the end of this journey, because what's coming isn't meant to test your excitement, it's meant to meet your maturity. Something huge is waiting for you, and now you're becoming someone who can receive it calmly, carry it wisely, and move forward without losing yourself. There comes a stage where the delay stops feeling like an obstacle and starts feeling like protection. You're entering that stage now. You're no longer asking why things didn't happen sooner, you're starting to understand why they couldn't. That realization is maturity speaking. Don't skip this moment. Stay till the end, because this is where your patience turns into quiet confidence. Something huge is waiting for you, and it needs someone who understands timing, not someone who only understands desire. You're learning how to wait without weakening your vision, and that balance is rare. What's changed is not your goal, but your readiness. You're no longer trying to prove yourself through speed or struggle. You're becoming selective with where you place your energy. You can feel when something aligns and when it doesn't. That discernment was shaped in the delay. You were taught how to say no without guilt and yes without fear. This is why the process took time. Rushed growth creates fragile outcomes. Mature growth creates stability. Stay till the end of this season, because this awareness is what will keep you grounded when opportunities begin to multiply. When the right moment arrives, you won't question it. You'll recognize it. There will be no confusion, no panic, no need to force anything. You'll move with certainty, because the delay prepared your mind as much as it prepared your path. Something huge is waiting for you, and now you're becoming the kind of person who can step into it without losing clarity, control, or purpose. Right now, something inside you has slowed down in the best possible way. Not your dreams, your reactions. You're no longer rushing to fill silence or forcing answers just to feel progress. That pause is intentional. Don't skip this realization. Stay till the end, because this is the stage where maturity quietly locks into place. You're learning how to sit with uncertainty without letting it shake your direction. That ability is rare, and it's exactly why this delay exists. Something huge is waiting for you, and it needs someone who can stay composed when the pressure finally lifts. Here's what's happening beneath the surface: your expectations are becoming realistic, not smaller. You're no longer chasing outcomes, you're preparing for responsibility. That shift changes everything. You're noticing how clarity replaces anxiety when you stop rushing. You're seeing how patience sharpens your vision instead of dulling it. This is where many people lose focus, but you didn't. You stayed present long enough for understanding to form. The delay taught you how to recognize the right moment without second-guessing yourself. That's not luck. That's preparation completing its work. When the next phase begins, you won't need confirmation from the outside. You'll feel it internally. Decisions will feel lighter. Direction will feel clearer. Stay till the end of this season, because what unfolds next won't reward impatience, it will reward maturity. Something huge is waiting for you, and now you're becoming the kind of person who can meet it calmly, confidently, and without losing balance. There is a quiet readiness forming in you now, and it's different from excitement. It's steady. It doesn't rush. It doesn't demand proof. This is how you know the delay has done its work. Don't skip this understanding. Stay till the end, because this is the moment where maturity becomes visible in how you carry yourself. You're no longer waiting for life to convince you, you're prepared to meet it. Something huge is waiting for you, and it requires this level of inner balance. Not hunger. Not impatience. Readiness. What you've gained during this delay is something most people never develop: restraint with vision. You still want more, but you're no longer willing to sacrifice clarity just to move faster. That's strength. That's growth. The delay refined your judgment so you don't confuse opportunity with distraction. You're able to recognize what aligns without forcing it to happen. This is why your path felt slower. You were learning how to protect what's coming before it even arrived. That kind of preparation cannot be rushed. When the next step finally appears, you won't feel pressure to prove anything. You'll move naturally, because you trust yourself now. That trust was built here, in this quiet season. Stay till the end of this journey, because what unfolds next won't feel overwhelming or sudden. It will feel earned. Something huge is waiting for you, and the delay made sure you're ready to carry it with clarity, stability, and purpose. Now everything comes together in a way that feels calm, not dramatic. You may notice that you're no longer anxious about when things will happen. That's not because you stopped caring, it's because you're ready. This is the final layer of maturity. Don't skip this moment. Stay till the end, because this is where the delay reveals its full meaning. You've learned how to stand steady without guarantees, how to stay focused without constant movement. Something huge is waiting for you, and it doesn't need urgency to arrive. It needs composure. And you've developed that quietly, step by step, without even realizing it. What changed most wasn't your situation, it was your capacity. You can now hold responsibility without fear and opportunity without losing balance. You don't chase outcomes anymore, you recognize alignment. That's the difference maturity makes. The delay trained you to trust timing instead of forcing progress. It removed the need to prove yourself and replaced it with quiet confidence. This is why things didn't happen earlier. You weren't meant to rush into something that required depth. You were meant to grow into it. And now, that growth has settled into something stable and reliable. As you move forward from here, remember this clearly: the delay didn't take time from you, it added strength to you. When what's coming finally steps into your life, it will feel natural, not overwhelming. Stay till the end of this journey, because what unfolds next won't just reward your patience, it will confirm your maturity. Something huge is waiting for you, and now you are fully prepared to meet it without fear, without doubt, and without losing who you are. There is one last thing the delay was shaping in you, and this is the part almost no one talks about. It wasn't just teaching you patience or control, it was teaching you trust in yourself. Not blind confidence, but quiet certainty. The kind that doesn't need validation. Don't skip this moment. Stay till the end, because this realization ties everything together. Something huge is waiting for you, and it cannot belong to someone who doubts their own readiness. The delay trained you to rely on inner clarity instead of external approval. That's why you no longer feel shaken by uncertainty the way you once did. You may notice now that your reactions are slower, but your understanding is deeper. You don't jump at every possibility. You don't fear missing out. You know that what aligns will not pass you by. That awareness was built in silence. The delay taught you that rushing often leads to regret, while readiness leads to peace. You've learned how to protect your direction, your energy, and your purpose. That's maturity completing its final stage. This is why the process took time. Not to test you, but to prepare you to move forward without losing yourself when momentum finally builds. And when the moment arrives, and it will, you won't feel shocked by it. You'll feel familiar with it. Like something you've been ready for long before it appeared. Stay till the end of this journey, because what comes next won't feel like luck or coincidence. It will feel earned. Something huge is waiting for you, and the delay ensured that when it meets you, you'll be calm, grounded, and fully capable of carrying it forward. This is where the delay quietly releases you, not by pushing you forward, but by removing the last traces of fear. You may notice that the anxiety you once felt about the future has softened. Not because everything is clear, but because you are. That clarity is the final gift of waiting. Don't skip this moment. Stay till the end, because this is where maturity becomes unshakable. Something huge is waiting for you, and it requires a calm mind that doesn't collapse under uncertainty. The delay trained you to stay centered even when outcomes are unknown, and that strength cannot be rushed. You are no longer measuring your progress by speed or comparison. You're measuring it by alignment. You can feel when something is right without needing to force it. That sensitivity was developed here, in the quiet. The delay stripped away the need to rush and replaced it with discernment. You learned how to pause without losing direction, how to trust timing without feeling powerless. This is why your journey looked slower than others. You were being shaped to recognize what truly belongs to you and to let everything else pass without regret. As you step into what comes next, carry this understanding with you: readiness is louder than urgency. When the opportunity finally appears, you won't chase it, it will meet you. Stay till the end of this journey, because what unfolds next will not test your patience anymore. It will confirm your growth. Something huge is waiting for you, and now you are prepared to receive it with clarity, balance, and quiet confidence.